Yeah, well, the thing is like, sure feels good that she was listened to, but in the end, like, I think it's not, I think maybe she expected to feel a little more vindication there, but in the end, it's like, now it's weird.
You and Dr. Langdon don't
Mm.
get along.
No,
It's a rocky relationship there, and it definitely comes to a point in episode 9 where he just kind of snaps and really lays into you. What was it like filming that moment? And do you think that Santos kind of felt upset at all, or was she just taking in and she was like, "Don't worry, you're gonna get your comeuppance."
yeah, I think I liked that scene a lot because we've seen Santos be so aggressive up to that point, and that was kind of a nice change of pace for her to not, she didn't fight back. She just kind of sat in it, was like, sure. Like if you want to, because I think she knows at this point he hates me. I don't like him either. Like there's no point in trying to like fight whatever he's doing. Um or any hate that he has towards me. It was a moment to like, and I think in the end kind of gets an ally in Samira because she kind of stands up for her or like takes the fall for her. And I think it kind of shows a bit of humanity in Santos. And you have like, I mean, you have that in episode 7, but you little bits and bobs here throughout the season, you start to realize like, okay, she's not a monster. Like obviously, because anyone who acts that way, you know something's going on underneath. Hurt people. And so like we know that there's vulnerability under there, and clearly like that was a moment I think of intelligence of like, I'm not gonna try to save my ass here. Like I know what this is, but I can actually do some good for someone else. And I thought that was a cool moment.
It must have felt pretty good for Santos to see Dr. Robbie pull him aside, knowing that, oh, he's in trouble now.
Yeah, well, the thing is like, sure feels good that she was listened to. But in the end, like I think it's not, I think maybe she expected to feel a little more vindication there, but in the end, it's like, now it's weird because he Langdon is so beloved in the ER that, and we tend to believe the man who's saying one thing and not believe the woman who maybe has proof of something else. And so I think there's a bit of that thing of like, people are just gonna hate me because I like blew the whistle on something. And a lot of people are just gonna be like, you could have just kept it to yourself. And and so there is, I think, a complicated emotion there where it's like she's not gonna celebrate that because she knows that it's complicated. And she knows what she did was right, but it doesn't mean that it's going to go smoothly.
What was the final straw for Santos to finally go, all right, I'm going to tell somebody about, this, whatever's happening with these drugs?
I think even like she's obviously a very aggressive person who can be very she can be mean, she can do all those things, but I think she's still someone who knows right and wrong. And that I think like obviously Langdon being kind of an ass to her like went into that, but it's also like, hey, this is wrong, like this is jeopardizing patient care is kind of the main thing, is like someone's not getting their meds, and that's an issue. And so I think that's kind of the final straw there, but the fact that Langdon's been kind of mean right back to her doesn't help.
You think they were probably always doomed to kind of fall out. There was probably no
Yeah,
world where those two got
there's
along.
no world where they get along.
Yeah.
But but I don't know if we expected it to go this far.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now, my last question for you, I have to take a moment. I have to ask about Goosebumps. When we last spoke about it, you were so excited to see what was going to happen with Margot, and then they pivoted with the season 2 renewal, and they were like, "Oh, by the way, it's an anthology." So I was disappointed in that. But what are your thoughts? Do you think we might ever see Margot again, or is that probably not going to happen?
I don't know. I mean, I loved that show so much. We all did. We all got so close. We really, yeah, I love those people with all my heart and love Rob Letterman, and Hillary. Like just everyone is so wonderful. Um, so I'll always have a special place in my heart for that. And with shows like that, no one's ever dead, no one's ever gone. But it is what it is, and it was kind of beautiful to just have it be that one thing. And now we get to go do other things in our career, but I got lifelong friends out of it.
Yeah. Well, I hope to see you in that, and I look forward to more of the pit. But Isa, thank you for talking to me about the show, and I
Cool.
hope to speak to you again.